So, children are notorious for their endless questions. Why is the sky blue? Do animals have feelings? What happens when we die? At times we smile or brush it off, but what if I told you these questions are the seeds of philosophy, the same as the greatest thinkers? I've always been passionate about free thinking and self-expression, and through research I've discovered that nurturing children's curiosity through philosophy doesn't just help them, it strengthens families, classrooms, and ultimately society. By fostering the questions early, we don't just raise our children who know the answers on the test, but children who know how to think. Imagine a classroom where philosophy isn't taught. Children learn facts, formulas, but never get the tools to analyze or explore ideas on a deeper level. Without this kind of thinking, creativity slows, critical thinking fades, and innovation stalls. I remember being a child and looking in the mirror and asking my mom if she thought it was weird to realize that she was a person inside of her own body. To her, it sounded like a weird question, but in truth, I was wrestling with the same thoughts that Rene Descartes explored when he declared, "If I think, therefore I am." When we ignore or dismiss these questions, we risk stunning our children's intellectual and personal growth. Every one of us has a child in our lives, a child, a sibling, a neighbor, and their ability to think independently and critically matters not just for them, but for the future of our society. So what can we do? The answer is simple. Integrate philosophy in everyday learning at both school and at home. At home, treat children's questions not as distractions, but as opportunities. If they ask something you don't know, admit it and explore it together. Watch a movie and pause to ask what they would do if they were in the character's shoes, or was that choice fair? Small moments turn into big lessons. In the classroom, teachers can foster age-appropriate debates, encouraging students to defend their opinion and challenge others respectfully. Literature lessons, for example, can be a springboard for these discussions. And we know children are already ready for this. Research by Michelle Clonard shows that children ask more than 2 questions a minute, and a quarter of those are how and why questions. They are natural philosophers. Imagine what could happen if we gave them the tools and guidance to build that curiosity. Some people may object, arguing children are not ready and too young to handle abstract concepts. But they are already asking philosophical questions on their own level, and by guiding them early, we help them contribute to empathy and critical thinking that lasts a lifetime. Now imagine 2 different futures. In one, philosophy is embraced in schools and homes. Our kids grow into creative, confident innovators, people where they can solve complex problems, navigate moral dilemmas, and think outside the box. Society flourishes with the new ideas and stronger connections. In the other, we ignore philosophy. Children's questions are brushed aside, and they memorize the facts but never learn how to question them. Creativity dwindles, innovation halts, and society becomes complacent, recycling the same ideas on repeat. Which future would you choose? I challenge you, the next time a child asks you a question, no matter how strange it sounds, don't dismiss it. Engage in asking what they think. Encourage them to think beyond the ordinary, to challenge the surface, and explore as far as their imagination will take them. These questions aren't annoyances. They're building blocks of wisdom. And by supporting children in philosophy exploration, we're not only shaping their future, but our society. So let's take their questions seriously. Let's nurture their curiosity. And together, let's raise the next generation of thinkers, dreamers, and innovators.